These awards, earned, not bought. 23 years, 500 plus deals. But my story started the week I got laid off right after closing on my first home. No savings, no pipeline. Last year kind of felt the same. Uncertainty, rate hikes, hesitation. That's why I wrote the book, Commission Earned, Not Promise. Because consistency isn't luck, it's structure. If you're an agent trying to stay consistent in this market, grab the link in my bio. Going on, guys? We are back on another episode of Real Estate and Sneakers. We're going to be talking a little bit of sneakers today, a lot of real estate, a lot of mortgage talk. Today we are talking, well, Chinese New Year is coming up. So I wanted to talk about these Jordan 1 Chinese New Year. So these actually dropped back in 2021. And I've been wanting these for a while. I didn't end up getting them. My son got me a pair. This guy sitting here. It's good to have kids. He got these for me. What I like about this is these are actually super, super limited. It was only 8,500 pairs of these that were made. I think this is pair 2,770. I haven't worn them. You can see from the bottom, they're still dead stock. I definitely will be breaking these out in the summer. Probably for my birthday, I'll be on some foreign soil, so I'll be breaking them out then. But super dope shoe. If you can get your hands on a pair, I definitely would suggest. You will love the all the details about this shoe. For me, I love everything about it, and I just learned a little bit more about Chinese New Year from my buddy here. She was teaching me some stuff, but definitely try to see if you grab yourself a pair. We're going to talk about real estate, figure out what's going on with the market. Son?
Yes, so right now with the market still in a great space pre the spring, great time to purchase, great time to sell, great time to sit down and figure out, what your goals are, what you're looking to do for the upcoming year. If you're thinking about selling, depending on your timetable, you definitely want to sit down and at least go over prices, go over, timetable, where you're looking to head to. So, sitting down with somebody at this table would be very, effective and efficient, and especially going over numbers as well. So
Today we have a guest, my buddy, mother, dog mother, and and she has children. Works at Value Bank. My guest, Kennis Tong. What's up, Kennis?
Hey, how are you?
exactly. How you doing?
How you doing today?
I am great. I'm actually very excited. Any
Good.
chance you can help me get a female?
Stuff in. I work
I'm a 5.5.
I'll work on that.
We'll work on it for you. Thank you again for sitting down with us.
Yes,
Even though you and I always talk off air, I needed to bring you to the forefront. We needed to sit down and have a real in-depth conversation so people understand some of the different programs and some of the different things that you guys are doing over at Valley.
I love it. Thank you.
Yes. Sneaker or like a little bit of an intro. Are you heels, flats, or like a sneaker person?
Well, as I am getting more mature in my age,
I love it.
that I found that the lower heels or flat sneakers are really comfortable. So especially not walking, I love to go on trips. So that tends to have more and more sneakers in my closet than the extremely high heel stuff.
Okay. We switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Especially when they make something so pretty.
You certain things you gotta have. We need you to have in the arsenal. And I've seen your sneaker game. I know that you have a couple pairs.
I try. I'm learning.
Yes. What's your go-to sneaker on a casual day?
Oh, I am a little bit about. I'm a super tennis fan. Roger Federer is my guy,
Nice.
almost my god.
Shout out to
And
Roger.
and so he has a sneaker company called On.
I didn't even know that was his company. You learn something new every day.
And so I have about 7 pairs.
7th. Okay. Roger, you gotta cut a check, man.
I know from the first pair that he has from the Laver Cup, I have 2 pairs unworn. Those are first editions.
Nice.
in his tournaments that he had a Naval Cup on each side. So, but my go-to really his. There are many different types: waterproof, not waterproof. Hiking.
Hiking.
Yeah, I have all of those.
We have all.
Yeah.
Okay. Shouts to Roger. Roger, you gotta cut her a check.
It helped me out with a lot of sneaker games. Stuff.
Good. For you, is it more about comfort or style?
They got to be together. There's a balance. I think nowadays there's so many options. You don't really need to sacrifice, pick one the other. I just need to make sure about the price also makes sense.
Okay. Price is always very important. Yes.
So that's all three elements are important.
Agreed. You have a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you had to close a big deal on sneakers, what are you wearing?
Oh, that might not be an on.
Oh,
I'm still looking for that pair.
yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Yeah, maybe when
One of these. Okay.
Oh, when the
okay.
Chinese.
Okay.
Okay.
see that's
Okay.
the mission.
We'll keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it in mind.
Yeah. How old were you when you bought your first piece of real estate?
Year 2000.
Oh, okay. Oh, 26 years ago.
Yeah, that was my first home. The first one that we bought, I wasn't on my ex-husband bought it before we were dating. So, but then the next one is 2000. Yeah.
Was it a smooth deal or stressful?
I was the one who did the loan, so how can it not be?
Oh, that's a home run. That's just
Yeah,
easy.
I
It's not
basically
even-
just need to find a home and I'll figure out all the financing myself.
I love it. I love it. Well, you felt prepared because you've been doing it. So it was.
Yes, it's really simple for me. So then usually people around me, my family, everybody will be the one, come over, run the numbers and prep it. Just like how we are today, instead of just prepping my family, I'm prepping my clients like their family.
Okay. What did that experience teach you?
Just like family. I think it's very similar. Some family loves to listen and some family think they knows better. So
We know how that goes.
exactly. So that is the part that when you try to offer everything to your family, some of them just listen better than the other.
Sure. You got a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did that experience, or not? What did that experience? Excuse me. I was gonna say, would you have bought sooner if you could go back in time?
I would have.
Yeah.
I would have actually bought closer because I have the choice to make it into New Hyde Park. But back into year 2000, New Hyde Park was 350,000. And since right? To me back then, it's still a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So I chose the first town in Suffolk County in Huntington.
Oh, you went out there? Okay.
I went straight from Rego Park Co-op straight to Huntington. I spent 230,000. I got my land. I got my 2-car driveway. Everything, a ranch, big house, a lot cheaper. But if I would have been purchasing a home in New Hyde Park instead of
Yeah.
230, 360, 350 to 230, the 120,000, I would have made a lot more money.
Yeah.
Well, when you space it out over the 30-year period, you realize that it's not. But at that point, you were.
Yeah, I was in a very different space. I
Well, I
was
was
doing
gonna
the
say that.
operations, and my ex was, money wise, is not as great. So you try to do the best you can, get the most you can, and that is one thing about me is I always try to maximize my money. If I can only have that much money, then I need to find the most use of it,
Right.
and so that's why I went there.
Nice. Which wasn't bad, but I mean, when you look at New Hyde Park now,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Just looking back, I sold the house. I bought that for 230. I sold it in 2003 for 350. I still make 120 out from that. But the point is, if you're in New Hyde Park,
New Hyde Park.
that would be a lot more than 120 you
Yeah, of
gain in 3-4
In
years.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
Because that same house now in New Hyde Park, I know the capes over there are going almost $1 million.
Yeah, back then for 350 I can get Colonial. It will be 1-2.
But they say hindsight is 20/20, so we
Exactly.
don't know.
We don't
we
know.
only know what we know, right?
Yeah, but if you talk about funny thing is, I would have actually, if I would have think about this sooner when I moved here from Hong Kong, 1993.
Oh,
My parents and I moved to Brooklyn to one of those row house on 4th Avenue between 11th and 12th Street.
oh, okay. I used to live on 4th Avenue, not too far.
4th Avenue, right there.
Yeah, right there.
And the whole entire 3-family all road, it's only 80,000 in 1994. Do you know, this is really no money. If I would have the ability to convince my parents to get some money from Hong Kong. If you just put a little bit here, a
A
little
little
bit there, you would have been able to buy that. And right now, that land itself is probably millions of dollars.
You said 80,000.
Yeah, the whole thing, because the seller, the landlord wanted to sell, and we were on the second floor. Yeah, if I ever look back, that will be the biggest.
It happens to all of us. When I moved, funny enough, you said 1993. I graduated high school in 92, and I left home. And
That's why
Me
I'm
and
a
my
year
wife-
older than you.
there you go. Me and my wife, we moved to Elmont, and the first apartment that we were living in on Monaco, right off of Dutch Broadway, these owners decided they were moving to Atlanta, I think, and they offered us to buy that house. I could have gotten that house, Kennis, for 125,000, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't know 2 plus 2 then, so I wasn't my mind buying a house at 2021.
Yeah.
We should have figured it out, but it was
And neither my parents will listen to an 18, 19 years old.
I still remember that address,
maybe
28
he will
Monaco
listen to
Avenue. Yeah, 28 Monaco Avenue in Elmont. I would have been in the, but you know what? Hindsight is 2020, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's talk about the first time home buyer program. What exactly is your first time home buyer program? I talk about it so much, we need to talk about it, and we need to let people hear you talk about it.
I love it. Well, first of all, I want to make sure everybody understand. First-time home buyer doesn't mean you can never own a home before. It is a first misunderstanding for most of the public. As long as you do not have any real estate ownerships for the last 36 months, 3 years, you will be automatically be eligible for that benefit again. Okay, so then my first-time home buyer program is also very unique because if you have a couple or brother and sister, so long as you can have somebody who owned the home already on the contract with another person, let's say 2 of you. Oh, I'm gonna buy a big home together. You own a home, but Junior still don't have one. So long as Junior can qualify for the mortgage, both of you can be on the loan on the contract.
Really?
And yeah, so we're just going to qualify based on the person who does not have the real estate ownership for the last 36 months and take the benefit of that.
First time home.
Yeah, and the big benefit is that the interest rate is significantly cheaper. The market interest rate is right now around 6.125%, 6.25%. We are at 5.375. It's usually 0.75% to 1% cheaper than the market rate. And the other big benefit is because you're a first-time home buyer, we don't expect you to save so much money, right? So that we allow 3% down payment, and everybody says 3% everybody can do FHA, but you have to pay PMI. PMI is something that when you put less than 20% down, you have to pay an extra payment. Yeah, and that extra payment will make you to afford less mortgage to make your payment higher, right? But that program I offer have no payment for PMI. So with the discount interest rate, you don't have to pay PMI. That means you can qualify for more. It makes your mortgage payment a lot more affordable.
And we're not having any PMI, like you said. You're talking about a couple $100 every single month,
Yeah,
which can make or break a lot of people.
100%. That couple $100 can put food on the table.
It's true.
Absolutely. But people may not know, so I'm so happy. This is one of my passions. Most of my people are first-time home buyer. So telling my story, telling my passions about this program helps to make it more affordable.
We talk about it so much that I've always been intrigued and amazed by it, even though I've given you a bunch of clients that you help them with that program. Why does it, I guess, that your bank, that they have such a niche product?
Yes. So for us, we actually a bank open since 1927.
Wow, okay. I didn't know that was been around that long.
Yeah, it's almost 100 years. So we are a regional bank. We do loans for the whole country. But every year we put aside money just to fund this first-time home buyer program because we're so good at it.
Nice.
Some of the mortgage company or regional bank will have to do some loans to meet. There's a requirement called CRA. As a bank governed by OCC, we have to meet certain lending criteria. You cannot just have so many depository and not making loans. Or if you make loans, you have to be inclusive. You have to cover all the communities. So some of the bigger banks never do enough loans in all the communities, and they in something we call penalty box. So they have to lower the interest rate to dirt cheap because they are in fines. They have to pay fines and they are in violations of CRA. We have been excellent year after year with excellent rating. So this is not something that we just onesie. That just
It's not a floozy. It's not not a one-off.
No, not one off. We've been doing this for year after year. So people always ask me, will this continue? That is what we're here for. So we just actually expand to California.
Oh, nice.
I just came back from California. We are doing this program now with 2 other counties in California, one in Los Angeles County and one in San Mateo. So the first time we are definitely not retrieving. We actually continue to expand.
Nice. What is the I guess loan limits on the
On the loan limit, we have 2. We either do the 1 family and 2 family loan size limit on the regular, or we can go to high balance. The high balance on the 1 and 2 family, 1 family right now is 860, and then 2 family is over 1.1.
Nice.
So it is really an amazing program that if we able to get you qualify that program, you really should not think of anything else.
It's a no-brainer. What is the what's the minimum credit score?
The minimum credit score is 620.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. You know, if you have a 620 on a FHA for a 800,000 mortgage, your PMI is going to be $500 to $800 because of your credit score.
Right.
You know, because all the mortgage insurance payment, if you have to pay, are subject to percentage of down payment, the type of property, and also your credit.
Yeah.
My first time home buy program have none of those. No matter your credit score is 800 or 620,
It's the same.
it's the same. No matter you put 3%, 10%, 50%, it's the same. So it gives people a lot of comfort and trust that you don't need to worry.
Flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any income limits at all?
For the first time, there are 2 programs. The first program has an income limit. The limit will be depend on the county where the property is located.
Oh, okay.
So in Long Island, for both Nassau and Suffolk County, the income limit is 130. So it's not bad at all.
Right.
So you can qualify for a good up to 550,000 mortgage if you don't have debts, tax up to 12 to 14,000.
What about grant money? Is that involved?
Oh yeah, we actually have our grant too. The grant has come out. They just raised the household limit. So our Home Dreamer grants can range from 15,000 when the purchase price is more than 250,
Okay.
or 7,500 when the purchase price is less than 250.
Oh, it's less. Okay.
Yeah. So and on top of that, our grants always able to stack with other grants. So
Oh, okay.
it's not
Down
like
payment assistance and all those
yeah,
other
we can
different things.
pile up. The most that we have done one loan, we have 5 grants.
Really?
Yes. And along with, you know, so what happened that means is we keep the mortgage loan amount even smaller. Think about that much, that means the customer pay even less, right? So if you're able to get a couple step, like right now in New York City, they still have the home
Home ready?
first.
Oh, home first. Okay.
Home first grant is go up to 100,000 for New York City, right? They can go for 1 and 2 family condo and co-op, and for up to 100,000 or 20%, whichever is lower. So if
Okay.
you have a purchase price of 600, you can get 100,000 down payment assistance.
Wow.
And we can stack it up with my first time home buy program. We have closed a few of those already. I just had a closing last week for somebody buying a condo in Queens for 520. I got her 100,000. I got her another 15 for my grand, and she got the 5.375 interest rate. So it's a win-win.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
It's always a matter of who you know, right?
Right.
Just like I need
Always,
to know
every
who
single
knows.
time, Kennis. Every single time. That's why we're here. That's why we're having this conversation.
Yes.
Because I don't think enough people know about it. And anytime when I talk about it, I keep telling them, I'm like, there's no scam, there's no gimmicks, there's no anything. Reach out to me and I'll plug you in with the person. This is not a scam. This is not a get rich, or this is not a bait and switch kind of a thing. So because it's so unique what you guys do, you know, again, I think that more people need to know about it.
I appreciate this opportunity.
Of course. What stops people from applying when they actually qualify?
A lot of time people try to go and listen to someone, let's just say, either we're not ready right away, because as I always trying to coach my customer, Similarly, like when you want to buy something, you don't instantly just can buy it, right? So I think there's an education process that sometimes either people are at the last stage that they just jam up. They found something that they love, but they didn't do any homework. So that by the time when they come to me, either they are not ready how they supposed to put their money together, how they supposed to put their income together. So that is one piece, or they already have a contingency they need to close, but they want a grant. When it comes to down payment assistance,
Well, the
we have
timing
to-
with that, yeah.
yeah, we have to time it correctly. You cannot just say like, you have only 5 minutes to eat. I cannot make you a full meal.
Right.
You have to eat instant noodles, or until you just wait and just starve a little bit. We'll get you a good meal.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the analogy.
But it is very similar, right?
It's true. That's a great analogy. You got a question?
Yeah. How long have you been in the mortgage business?
I actually been doing this since 1993 when I came here. That's my first job.
What made you get into it?
I was not looking for that particularly. I was going to school and open a newspaper. There's a job in Chinatown that looking for a secretary for a mortgage company. I didn't even know what's a mortgage. I just went to interview because it's in Chinatown. I know, and so I remember it was just looking for a secretary. I said, I can do a secretary job absolutely when I'm sleeping. So I remember I still keep in touch with my old boss.
Nice.
We still have deals. He's still in the business, so whenever deals that he does not, either not as good of a price or needs an advice, we bounce off each other. So before I even get the elevator, he already called me and said, "Can you start Monday?" And that's how I start.
Wow.
So I start working in a mortgage company for him just to start knowing. Back then there is no email contract.
Right.
We have to one contract. I one contract between law office from one to the other place. We got raised the email. We got fax. Remember the fax?
Of course, I remember the fact.
And then the fax paper will be curling up. Those are the
Right.
everyday rate sheets from a bank. So we have to get those. So since 1993, it's now been 33 years long. We have seen a lot.
We've seen a lot. You think it's easier now or harder to get approved?
It is easier to get approved now. The reason because most of the time people have a better understanding of the process. It's different than what challenged the most was actually right after the collapse, 2008, because everybody just so easy to get along.
Yeah.
They just was shocked and kind of fighting you to provide your paperwork. Nowadays, it's kind of like more renounced.
unknown,
They
yeah.
understand what to expect, So I think it's easy to get along. I think that there are more programs out now than before. It's a little bit more relaxed. So yes, it's easier now.
You don't think there's more red tape now?
I don't think, now going back, my family, I'm talking 33 years.
You and I are right there, Kenny.
so
You're right.
I think the red tapes, there will always be red tape, but I look at that as the other way, right? It's all a matter of mindset.
That's true.
We're really trying to make sure that we have a healthy and balance. So the red, I think they are check and balances. So I think that makes sense that, currently what they have in regulations, most of them, it makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what documentation surprises buyers the most?
I would say that the paperwork surprise the customer most are two things that usually come to me that's surprising. One, when most of the customer that are 1099, because that is what they make. They have it on the paper, right? Because most of the time they are a contractor, freelancer, and that is the income that they got on the paper. So, but when it comes to an income check bank, that the way we calculate your income is based on how much you pay tax on. So the 1099 is always just a gross, and then your accountant is supposed to do the best they can to help you out, make sure cut off all the expenses, right?
Well, they're trying to write everything up.
So that's why I say they try to help you, but the end of the day is that the net income is what you pay tax on, and that's what the bank will be using to calculate. So that is a part that when there's a gap, people have an understanding. Well, I make $150. Great. But then so often, let's just say if you're talking to another professional in my business without getting the paperwork, just listen to what the customer told you that they make 150 and take their information verbally and prepare a letter just to say that they qualify because they make 150. By the time when the contract signed, the paperwork comes, that is a big surprise. You got nothing. And that is one of the things still happening quite often.
Which I hate so much because I don't understand, how you have mortgage people that pre-approve people. I mean, I remember having a situation with one of the big banks. I'll tell you off here, so nobody tries to sue me. They pre-approved a couple who was self-employed. Then when I had someone dig into it deeper, they wrote off more than they made.
Yep. They have
So what are we doing? This deal is never going to happen. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's a waste of everybody's time.
I don't understand why banks why they do that. It just like you said, it's an injustice, and it really doesn't make any sense to me. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about work, motherhood, and balance. How do you balance career, motherhood, and 2 dogs?
Well, so it's shifted a bit, right? Because nowadays I'm an empty nester.
Okay.
So it
we
changed
were
a
talking
little
about that
bit.
before.
Yep.
Because your
So
son is out in.
my son moved to Virginia in September.
Yes.
So, but I can say to you back then, when I had him, I used to bring him to work often. Similar, he's much younger. But so everybody who knows me from work all know my son. Because
Same.
wherever I go, he goes, because where else, who's going to watch you?
Exactly. That's how it was for me when I
I
was in
don't want to get social service to come take me. So
We don't want that.
exactly. So a funny thing is back to a little bit of the time, I think between 2004 to 2006, I was actually in origination for a short time. I remember I took my son to white deals at night. At 11:30 at night, I would be in the Bronx at somebody's home, taking the applications.
Oh.
Wherever I go, he goes.
I used to go to the office, sorry to cut you off, when I worked down the road. Office meetings. He was this big, and my daughter was 3 or 4, and they were right there with me.
Yeah, that is one way. That's called balance, right?
We got to figure it out.
It's only 24 hours.
That's it. We gotta figure it out.
You got to do what you got to do.
Agreed.
And as he get older, of course, things are getting a little bit easier. And so because we work so much, I always trying to balance it for our together time. So one thing that I always make sure we do is every year we'll plan vacation together.
Nice.
So no matter how far I work, I will always make sure that we plan
set
a
that time.
good vacation family time together. So we go every places together every year, no matter from domestically or overseas. As he get older, we can go overseas a little bit more. So that's, I think, something I cherish. It was a great memory.
Nice.
And nowadays, he's gone and I just need to watch my dogs. They keep me company at 8:30. Femi, no kidding. The small one will come tap me. 8:30 now, mommy. Are we done? Can you just leave your chair?
At 8:30.
Literally just tap.
Well, my dog will come to me at 8:30 because that's the time he gets his treat. So if he doesn't get a greenie at 8:30, we have a problem.
Yeah,
He's
they
gonna
have
look
to
at me
walk.
and look at him,
Yep.
and you're saying to yourself, like, dude, how do you even know this?
They just
Every day.
sense
They sense
everything. Yep. That's exactly what my small one would do. They tap is because it's about time to heat up their food. Same thing. It's all related to food.
It's true. What does a typical day look like for you?
Usually right in the morning, I tends to first put my to-do list. Every day I have my non-negotiable. It's on my list. I jot it down. No matter who called me, I'm not picking up that phone call within that time. Because once I lose track,
It throws everything off.
I also forgot. I am the mature age totally give me that new
I respect it. I do that
experience.
too. Kennis, don't feel bad. I do it too.
What am I supposed to do? So then I try to make sure that I put down all my to-do lists, and then between 9 to 10, I also will watch the market. Because one thing that we do something different than other banks, we have something called overnight protection. What it means is if I have somebody on the pipeline that the interest rate is not locked yet, but if they're in the positions to lock because they are closing the next 30 to 60 days, then I will be able to see what happened from the market, pre-market conditions. And then if I can see that it's rising, then I will alert my people. I can still lock in yesterday's interest rate.
Oh, nice.
So we have between 9:30 to 10 o'clock is a cutoff
10. Okay.
because we freeze the system. So what happens is I kind of having like a back to future options.
Okay.
So for example, like right now I'm heading to you, I can see that the market in the afternoon is starting to rise compared to this morning. So the interest rate likely even move a little, just a needle, but this is what people want, right? So then I likely will be continue to monitor what's going on with the Europe and overseas. And then if I see that the pre-market conditions continue to rise, that means the interest rate tomorrow when it open will be expensive, more expensive than today. Then I would need to alert my people who are still watching and in the position to lock to give them a choice. I never lock for them. But that during that 9 to 10, that's why I don't talk to anyone on a phone call because the market don't wait for you.
It's true.
You know, and then how am I going to say that I'm on the phone talking to a new customer? It's not as important for somebody who needs to lock the interest rates.
It's true.
So that's something we offer. I think is pretty unique and awesome.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, I didn't even know that you offered that. You got a question?
What is a boundary you learned to set the hard way?
What's the boundary that I set to
That you learned to set over time.
make sure that you need to make sure that you work with the people that willing to work with you. Make sure that we have both mutual respect. I think that are two pieces because nowadays as there's so many options out there, right?
On both sides.
On both sides, exactly. So if you don't value your time and respect yourself, the others won't. So I learned that don't bang the same door that you get nowhere. I respect that. I also totally understand everybody have their own already. You know, I've been old enough exactly to know. But there are always new doors. There's always new opportunities. You don't need to keep bound in the same door to find another way. And so setting the boundaries, if something that don't sit right with you, you still need to be respectful. But you can say no. I think that is something. As I get another mature age, I learn. So set the boundaries with yourself and with others. It will be a lot more better experience for everyone.
Nice. I like that. What examples are you trying to set for your son?
Always do the right thing. It's easy. It's a very easy thing. Always just do the right thing, no matter what. It may be a difficult choice, but you need to be able to look at it at the end of the day. You do your best. If you have done your best, you don't do anything harms nobody, all good. You know, material, money, everything, it's part of your life, but it's not all your life.
I love it. I could have just ended it there. We're gonna go for quick rapid fire before we close. Fixed or adjustable?
Depending on how long you want to stay in the home and what is your loan on it.
Okay.
It's important because there's no if and but. Just like, should I buy this sneaker or not?
Sure. Pre-approval before house hunting.
100%. You don't go to the shop. You don't go to the mall and shopping with no wallet. So why are you wasting your time?
You want to ask him that?
Yes, 20% down required method of truth.
It's a myth because, like we said about before, that is the old way. And there's so many options nowadays. So if you have to liquidate, like I just talked to somebody, they have all the money in the stock market. They have enough to put 20, 30% down payment, but why? You take those money out, you have to pay dividend interest. And then you also, the more money that you borrow, you have mortgage interest you can write off. And you keep those money to invest, you should have better return.
W-2 easier than self-employed?
It's not true. It's easier for people who don't know how to look at the paperwork. But it's definitely not true. I found more opportunity with somebody who is entrepreneur. Like right now is about tax season.
Yeah.
Just need to make sure you talk to the right party, how to talk to your accountant, make sure your loan officer involved, and do good planning. It's absolutely not easier because you're W-2. Because you can be W-2 as a self-employed too. That is where people always have a myth. I'm W-2. Nah, you just pay yourself W-2. You're still self-employed.
Biggest mortgage mistake buyers make.
Always think they need to get a mortgage from where they bank.
Oh my God.
Oh
that
my
kills me.
God, that kills me. I don't
That kills me too.
understand. If you have money with, all those big banks,
So and so.
so and so, it doesn't mean that they give you any special treatment. It doesn't mean that they know what they do. It's just like you go to your primary doctor. You don't go to your primary doctor
For your teeth.
for your
Your
teeth,
toe.
for your head neurosurgeons, for your cardiologists, for your anything. So
I was gonna say something else, but I don't want to get in trouble.
I would. I
we were.
turn,
Yeah. You and I are very. Yeah. Right.
So, but that is one of the biggest myths. People always think that, I always say, unless you have millions and millions and millions dollars with that bank, yeah, they will yield to you. Otherwise, you're nobody. You don't get the loan any special treatment. You're just one of millions of them.
I love it. Last question.
If someone thinks they can't buy yet, what would you tell them?
If someone else
If somebody thinks that they can't buy
they
yet,
cannot buy yet,
what would you tell
I will
them?
definitely say that this is part of the process, right? This is going back to education. This is not Amazon purchase. You don't do it at midnight, just hit the button and deliver tomorrow. There are a process, and it's always a good process. Because I always tell people, when I spend time on the phone with you, maybe this is not the moment yet, but I'm investing my time to share my experience with you to help you. So if you may not hear something you like to hear because you may not be ready, but it does not mean it's a no. We give you a plan how to be there. So, and that's what I think it's even better. You are more educated before you put yourself 2 foot in it and regret later on. Maybe you can afford. You have to sell and put yourself in a bad way,
I love it. What advice would you give to anybody that's looking to get into the business right now?
The business is always a necessity. I think that one thing is, don't ever just go with the shiny objects. Resource is incredible. I was just thinking about this earlier. As we all embrace new technology, we cannot define technology, we can embrace it. So use all the resource that nowadays they offer you. I would say try to talk to people in the business, and just don't try to be everything. Don't try to be, I can be a mortgage person, and I also can be an insurance person, and I can also be a seller, a real estate agent. Let me just do it all.
Jack of all trades, master of none, folks.
Exactly. As my grandmother say, one of those swift nights that there are many of those options, none of those are ever shopped. If you are an expert, if you are good at what you do, you pick one tool, and that is the most expensive tool that you use because you're good at it.
I love it. I love it. How do people reach you?
My phone number is the best way to get in touch with me, 631-487-1145. And of course, you can find him. He can find me.
I can always find Kennis. You come and tell with a deal, I'll always find Kennis. Okay? Thank you very much, my friend, for sitting down and hanging out with us.
I love it.
We love you. We appreciate you. If you guys are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, 516-218-1605. Femi the Agent on all socials. Son?
Femi the Realtor on Instagram and 516-662-6824.
Thank you very much, folks. Have a great day and be well and stay safe.
Thank you.